Right, so those of you that know me know that I find eating really quite tedious. And one of the things I kind of wish is that I had like a pack that I could like a food that was like everything you need for the day in one thing or in a couple of things spread throughout the day, which I realise could be constituted as meals, but something that's really easy to prepare. You just pick it up and eat it, and then you can carry on doing something more useful. So I've tried all the protein things, breakfast bars and all that stuff from the shops, and they're all awful. Whether it's the texture or flavour or everything about it. Some of them are just horrible to eat. So I'm going to try and make my own and then make it in such a way that it's really easy to improve it or make another batch in the future. And so, as you would expect, hopefully from me, is I have made a spreadsheet. I accept that I should use screen capture. This laptop can't cope with screen capture, so you're just going to have to cope with it. Right, because spreadsheets have a limited appeal to people, the rest of this clip's at the end of the video where I explain that I'm making a breakfast bar and why and how much food's in it. But let's get to making. All of these sizes relate to packet sizes. So over here, there's a big sleepy dog because I'm baking. So this is everything we need. We've got oats, sugar and butter, and we've got nuts and various things to put in it, which I for some reason put all upside down. I think I was reading the things. Anyway, for the oats ingredients, we use half a bag of this, we use half a thing of this, and we use the whole tub of butter. And then all of these, based on these packet sizes, we use a fifth out of each packet size, so each of these should last 5 weeks. And then the syrup's just, it's a tub of syrup in a squirty bottle because the tins are terrible to try and keep clean. Okay, so we're going to deal with all the dry ingredients first. And the first thing to go in is the main bulk of it, and that is 500 grams of oats. Or I could just spread it on the counter. 250 grams of sugar. I'm using light muscovado. I'm not entirely sure it matters. All of these things, we just need a fifth out of each bag. So we have some coconut, and we need 40 grams of coconut. 100 grams of these. Sultanas. Golden flaxseed. I haven't heard of these before. I kind of know what flaxseed is, but I've never known it as a food. But it's got omega-3 in it, which is something that we all need apparently. And it's better to come out of this than fish. And it's amazingly calorific. So we need, because this is a 250 gram pack, we need 50 grams out of it. Roasted cashews, they are... Oh, this is the one that isn't. I couldn't get raw cashews for whatever reason. So we're going to go with roasted, salted ones. And it's only a 150 gram bag, so... but we're putting 30 grams of this in. Can go in there. Right. And then 50 grams of this one. And again, we're going to chop up these because these are a little big. Cool. And with all of them, good. Plug that in there. And now all we need to do is mix it all together. So, cool engineering thing though, if you shake this, all the big bits will come to the top. So you get to know if you missed any bits of sugar. Because big things float on top of small particles. So it is actually possible to separate all the fruit out of this quite easily. And now for the wet bit. Right, so you want all of this, 250 grams in here, and then you want 2 tablespoons of this. Fine, and then all of this wants to be melted in the microwave. Fan oven, 180. Everything in an oven's cooked at 180. So this might as well be the same. Need a tray. 2 trays. We're going to fill this one up about 1 inch, and then if it's if there's not enough space, then we'll use the other one. And you need to cook it till it's done. I don't know, 20, 25 minutes. Once the oven's warmed up, this tray is like 29.6, something like that. So we're going to split this up into 7, because then that means I've got breakfast every day. So we're going to do one at 4. Right, how do you reckon we get these out? Right, so because it didn't set quite so well as I intended, I put it in the fridge overnight and it's set properly hard, and as you can see I've started to eat it because, well, it's yummy. But we're going to get the rest of it out now and then it will all be done. However, it is substantially harder. So I think it was just my impatience yesterday that was making it hard to get things out. Right, so each one of these weighs around about 185 grams. That's what they should weigh, but I didn't exactly measure it. They're kind of close. But if it does weigh 185 grams, then this should be 859 calories, so basically 860 calories in one go, and then the rest of it's kind of like below your daily allowance. The only thing that kind of gets closest to sugar because of, well, all the sugar in it, but that still kind of gives you 10 grams for the rest of the day to play with, which you can do with tea or Coke or whatever other unhealthy foods you want. But yeah, one of these, or like one for breakfast and one for 11s, that should do pretty well for the morning and the best part of most of the day. If you want to see me try and make more of these, please remember to like and then subscribe, because then that'll remind you that I've actually done something else. And I will see you all next week for whatever happens. It might be lunch version of this, or it might be something else, depending on what needs doing in next week. Bye! I accept that I should use screen capture. This laptop can't cope with screen capture, so you're just going to have to cope with it. So as my first attempt, I am going to concentrate on macronutrients, so calories, fat, sugar, proteins, stuff. All the vitamins and stuff we will deal with later, because I want to try this first. I'm going to slowly mix this in with my diet. And we're going to do breakfast first, because I always miss breakfast because I'm too tired or can't be asked or anything. So something to go with coffee in the morning, basically. And so I've made a spreadsheet and I've stuck in a load of information about various ingredients, and then I can put however much of that ingredient in. And then over here, it gives me a total weight, how many calories are in that, and all that. This is my rough recipe. We're going to do butter, sugar, syrup, oats, and that's like the main bit of the flapjacky thing together, and then we're going to fill it with raisins, apricots, cashews, coconuts, and flaxseed, because that bumps everything up and gives a bit more variety and flavour and stuff. And hopefully we can mix all of the dry things, mix all the dry things together and keep them in a bag. Come on. And then when it comes to actually making it, all I have to do is grab a certain amount out of the bag once a week and then put the wet things in and shove it in the oven, and it will minimize the amount of actual effort required to do this. And I realize I should probably do a small batch of it first, but we're just going to go for it. I'm going to make 1.5 kilos of this thing that I have never tried before.